Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, June the 27th. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Have a look at where we are right now. Stalling a little bit, holding the low of yesterday, gapping up a bit, and then giving some of that back. Take a look on the daily here. Let's try and expand this a bit. Have a peek at how the chart is trying to get above this 432.90 area, right? 432.90 becomes very important. We're going to move this up to the top there. We know that if we get above there, we want to be on high alert to see if we can push, pull back, and then hold the low of the morning. If not, if we cannot do that, then we have the shot of fading into here. We are looking at a little bit of bullish sentiment. This time of year tends to be a little bit more bullish. Really, it's a weird time because it can be bearish into the days, and then as we get closer to the 4th, it becomes much more bullish. And then right at the 4th, right around, it's a little bit bullish, and then it fades off after the fact. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag. My thought is we give up our gains today just a bit, and maybe Wednesday or Thursday things start to turn around. So we'll be looking to adapt there. Right now, the chart is still in a rotation. Remember, I said at the beginning of the week, listen, this big engulfing candlestick from this space is really what they have as the target zone in their mind. And so that's still my thought. All right, let's get to the cues. What does that mean? Pullbacks or buy zones, bounces into the early morning are likely areas to sell off. Okay, so that is my suspicion here. We've got about 360 on the upside for the cues. The downside, 357.50. Probably likely to hold, but look, we're coming right through the ribbon. If you're interested in what this ribbon is, it's from TrendSpider. It's the MA Cloud by Ripster. It's the EMA 620. I like it. It's fantastic. It shows the 620 cross and the overall trend. So I think it's a beautiful indicator. Notice, still the bottom of that base, 356 to 357. Just keep an eye on that sort of thing. If we lose 357, 356 is a very likely press, right? That's my thought anyway. All right, let's take a look at the IWM. Healthcare had a really nasty day yesterday where everybody else really sort of held, and IWM's no different. Notice it pushed really fairly high into the gap area of days prior, couldn't hold it, but still ended up positive. This is the region they're battling, right? So should it come back, fade into this area? My thought is yes. Where will the sellers become more emboldened? Below the close of yesterday, and that is 181.18. And you can see them battling right there, right now. Okay? Now, if you say, hey, I'm taking this 181 long because I think we're going to recover 180.39, or the pre-market low is going to be what you want to consider. All right, let's take a look at the ES. Of course, futures are my personal bread and butter, and I love them very much. Here we are lifting. Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days down, 1 day up, 2 days down. Do we have another day? I think we get to the bottom of the ribbon. So my thought is, when am I going to change my mind? If we breach 43, 43.92. 43.92. That's going to be the zone where I start thinking, I think these guys are either going to be sideways or we could have a push. A lot of people are short here, and they would like to have seen a dip. I believe that some really good numbers come out. And what was it? I can't remember, but it came out better than expected. And so, we'll see what's going on with this one after the fact. But those are the edges that we want to watch. Could we come into 43, 48? Yeah, I do think we could very easily. I am going to fade the bounce today, unless it looks like, we breach these areas. Okay, so here we are in the NQ. And where are we? We're bouncing well off the lows. We are inside of the close. That means we're pushing, so the bulls feeling a little bit jiggy, as it were, with this particular price point. Let's put another one to watch up here at maybe 14,964. Not a ton of congestion there. I would suspect that the real congestion is probably right at the 15,000 mark. Okay, but if they lose the close after pushing north here, we've got some more downside action on the way for sure, right? First pit stop at 14,786. Second pit stop, 14,701. We'll just borrow that line. All right, let's take a look at oil. Man, they are trouncing this. Okay, sideways to downside, inside candlestick on the week, still holding higher lows, but dancing around and looking pretty stinking awful, right? Downside pressure is going to alleviate inflation concerns. So maybe that's a good thing, flip side, but it should be shifting. We've got lower volume. We just have to see. And hey, we are well below the close of the prior day, well into the deep spaces down here. Not sure if we can recover at this point. We'll just keep watching that. And then, of course, the last one. Well, I don't mean to make these things so stinking long. Just fast forward to wherever you're interested. This one, trying to hold, but again, every bounce you see in gold, it's going to be a sell zone right now in this particular space. So how do you look for it? Look for the bounces into those moving averages up here and around these areas. It's very sideways, a lot of retracement. Don't get into the short early. Wait for it to come up on the edge. And if you think it's rolling over and turning back to the upside, wait for a pullback at the known resistance levels and get in on the higher low. Picking a bottom, not a good idea. All right, folks, that's it. I'll see you all tomorrow.